Okay, now for part 5. I'm hoping that I can get everything done in this part with the extended interface package. What you need to do first, if you have the firmware version of the LG View that is V10's December 12th, what you need to do is run the LG MDP program first. If you have any other firmware dates, such as March or February, then you do not need to do this step. So just wait, sit back and wait, and I'll show you what to do. But for V10's December 12th, go ahead and double-click LG MDP. You want to come over and select Run. Then you want to select I agree, and then you want to select Connect. And then if you get this LGE Mobile Security, you just close that little box. And then come to Tools and come down and click Log Extractor. Now, there have been a few people who say this is as far as you have to go with LGMDP, and then you can connect to EFS, and that is just not true. So continue on by clicking Connect, and then clicking Connect again, and then you need to hit Extract. If you do not see a check in the ERR directory, don't worry about it. Just leave as is. Whatever it checks, leave it there, and then click Extract. And you're going to watch the phone's files extract, and this takes about a minute. So I'm going to pause the video once all of the files have extracted, and then I'll restart. Okay, now that it has extracted, it's going to pull up a little window with a folder inside of it called LGAPP. Okay, so now what you want to do is make sure that you just minimize this window. And then you can come to your log extractor and hit the X, and then the mobile download program, and you can hit the X on that. At this point, it is important to decide where you're going to install your themes folder. If you want to install the themes folder to the phone's memory, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to add new themes to it, because you're going to have to connect to EFS each time you add a new theme. If you're installing to a micro SD memory card, it is the most simple way to do it. But if you do not have a micro SD memory card, there is an extra step that you need to take right now. And we're going to go ahead and install the entire extended interface package, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what to do. If you come to the CU920 window or folder and you double click, you're going to see a folder inside here called Themes. And you want to double click that, and then once you've double clicked that, you're going to see a theme list. It's a text document. You want to double click that to open it. Okay, and you want to come up and hit Format and make sure that there is no check beside Word Wrap. So you see there's no check now. You will see this layout in your theme list. If you're installing to the phone's memory, it is important that you come to the location and that you backspace all of these zeros and place a 1 in the zeros position without moving the quotation marks or removing anything else. Just transfer these zeros to 1, and I skipped 1. Okay, so let's grab that one. Once you have, for phone's memory only, once you have everything to a 1, you just come up and click the X, and you click Yes, you want to save changes, and just simply close that folder. If you want to install to a memory card, which is very recommended, if you have a memory card, do it to the memory card, but leave those to 0 if you're going to install to a memory card. Okay, now come to your EFS tool and double click, and you want to put a check in this box here. Well, there we go. You got to do it quickly or it will refresh and you'll miss it. Okay, so click on EFS File Explorer, and you're going to see that pop up one more time. When the blue box goes away, put a check in the box and hit Connect. Then you are going to see your phone's file system appear in the upper pane of EFS. Both windows here are your phone's file system. In the lower portion, you shouldn't see this. Let me collapse all of these for you. In the lower portion, you are going to see all of your files that are on your PC. And what you want to do is come over to this Drive C, and you want to expand it, and you want to come down to Documents and Settings. If you don't see a plus beside anything, you can just simply double-click and it will expand. In Windows XP, this is where your usernames will be listed. I am logged in under as administrator, so whoever you're logged in under, whatever your username is, you need to expand that. But I'm going to expand administrator. And then if I come down, I will find desktop, and I just want to highlight that to open the folder. Okay. Now, when you do, the first thing that you want to do is come and find your LGView backup folder that you made, and you want to double click that. Ignore these two things because they're not supposed to be there. Okay. You will see a blank area here. Okay, if you come up to the upper pane, you will see a folder called LGAPP. You want to double click that, and then you want to double click Media. Then you want to come down and find Flash and double click that. You will not see this file here either, sorry. Let me remove that. This is exactly what you will see in your phone's file system. So the first thing that you need to do for the CU920 and the CU915, things are a little bit different. I'm going to show you that right now. For the CU920, you have a T1 underscore dial pad and a T1 underscore menu file. For the CU915, you have a T1 underscore dial pad and a T2 underscore menu file. So, whatever... Okay, so there's the difference. Just letting you know. Alright, so go back to, well, you didn't have to do that. So you're already in your LGView backups. What you want to do if you have the CU920 is you want to come up to the T1 underscore dial pad and you want to right click and click read, and it will read it over into the lower pane, which is your backup folder. And if you have the CU920, you want to come down to T1 underscore menu.swf. You want to right click and click read. And you will see that it reads it over into the lower pane as well. Okay. And if you have the CU915 or the TU915, you can scroll down and you will find T2 underscore menu right there. And that'll be the one that you do. Okay. So now you need to come over to the left pane here, the bottom left, and you want to open, just single click on the folder that is your phone's model, which is for me, is the CU920. So what I want to do is open that, and I'll see all these 4 items here, 3 of which are files. So I want to come up to my T1 underscore dial pad, and I want to right click and click delete. I want to confirm that. And then in my lower pane, I want to right click and click write. And it will write it into my phone's file system, the new T1 underscore dial pad. Then, for the CU920, menu is next. T1 underscore menu is next. I want to delete that, confirm that, and come down to the bottom pane, right click on T1 underscore menu and write that in. For the CU915 and the TU915, that'll be the T2 underscore menu for you guys. Okay, now, once that has written in, you're going to see a third file here, extintsettings.xml. Just simply right click on that and click write, and it's going to write it up into your phone's file system. Now if you're installing your themes folder to the phone's memory, what you need to do is come up to themes, theme here, double click that, and you will not see a themes folder here. You're just going to see these 4 files. And what you want to do is come down and right click here and click write. When you do, it's going to write a lot of files up into the phone's file system. Then you can click disconnect and yes, and your phone will restart, and you'll be able to tap the battery icon and see your themes. For a phone's memory, for the micro SD memory card, come on back for the next part.